thank you so very much for that amazing introduction. I learned a lot about myself. First of all, and I want to apologize to SPJ because I know that there was a request that you get a copy of my remarks. So I hope somebody's recording them because I'm talking to you all from the heart tonight, not from a piece of paper. But first of all, I'd like to thank you all for this honor, and thank you, Misha, for thinking enough of me to recommend me for this honor. I also, again, want to thank SPJ. This is an organization, as we look through, has evolved over the years, and I think a lot about, as I read your mission, which I think is really important this evening, which includes to inspire successive generations of talented individuals to become dedicated journalists, but more importantly, to encourage diversity in journalism. And we are seeing more of that as we look at your honorees this evening, and I want to celebrate Emily for the award that you're getting and for staying true to your culture, and to the media that you represent. They need you. The community needs you. I can't go on without at least saying how much I appreciate my fans, my personal fans that are here, who include my mother, my mother is here, Vera Abbott, who will be celebrating a very significant birthday tomorrow. I won't say the age, but I'm really excited. My husband, Lafayette Barnes, my son, Lafayette Barnes, and my godson, Raja Kelly. And of course, our staff photographer, Sherry Lassiter. Without their support, I wouldn't be here today. I want to tell a little funny story, Kojo. You don't know this, but years ago, when Kojo used to do evening exchange at WHUT television, he invited me to be a guest on the show. And at the time, my sons, Lafayette and Desmond, were probably like 2 and 3. And any mother in this audience knows that when you're raising small children, they become your shadow. They follow you everywhere. So I did a poor job on Kojo's show because I wasn't prepared. I didn't know the issues. I came home, my father said, "So how'd you do?" I said, "Horrible." It was horrible. I don't know anything about anything. I don't know any news. I haven't read a newspaper. All I know is to write the stories that I've written. I don't know what's going on in the world, and I really need to read more. He said, but I told him, I don't have time to read. He said, read in the bathroom. When you go to the bathroom, just take the newspaper in the bathroom with you and read. And I said, but they don't let me go to the bathroom. No, your children follow you everywhere. So, Kojo never invited me back, but that's okay. I felt I deserved that. But at any rate, I've been honored to have known him over the years, and I'm really honored to be recognized with the other 2 honorees this evening, Richard and Mike. I am so sorry. I think we all regret what's happening at VOA. And I just hope, even as a publisher of a newspaper, because we're having our struggles right now as well, but we've been through these struggles, and fortunately we don't yet have a person who's going to shut our doors down, but we never know. But we're trying to make it through, and all of us, I think, are in this industry really trying to hold on to the positions, the jobs, and the mission that we have to keep journalism alive. It's the mission of this organization, and we understand how important that is. So I'm not going to belabor my speech because I could be here all night talking to you all about it. This is like my couch. I could be laying here telling you all the struggles that we've been having. But the one thing I do want to say is that today I spent a couple of hours with 3 of our interns, students who are from Howard University School of Communications. And I asked them, Raja, as you know, why are you pursuing this as a career? And they have as much desire, commitment, determination to tell stories, to make sure that this industry does not die. And it is my responsibility, and I take this on, to continue to encourage future journalists to make sure that they understand why we exist. The first thing we talked about today was the history of the Black press, because I wanted them to understand why we exist and how we evolved from 1827 to today, when the first Black newspaper was established in America, and why the Black press exists. They didn't know that story. They didn't know who founded the first Black newspaper. They didn't know anything about the Green Book. They didn't, so we're not teaching our kids history and civics, but that's our job in our newsrooms, to make sure that they understand this and know. Anybody remember Samuel Yet? Oh yeah. Samuel Yet was my professor at Howard University School of Journal-ism when I first came there. Dr. Yet used to tell me, Professor Yet used to say, you all are technicians. You're in the school of journalism to learn how to write, but you don't know anything about anything. You don't know government, you don't know political science, you don't know history, you don't know culture, you don't know science, you don't know technology, you don't know anything about anything except how to write a story in an inverted pyramid style. That's all you know. And it's true. And so, what I feel as though we have to do, in addition to teaching and helping to train young people to understand how to function in this industry, but to help them to understand how society works, so that when they see what we see today and make decisions about why it's not working, it's not because somebody else said it. I saw it on this station, or I read it. They understand how things work. And so that is my job with them. And Monday I have 2 more. I'll have 5 interns in my office, more than my staff. Oh, wow. But I told them, I said, you might be in the office today, you might be at the White House tomorrow, so be ready. So I just take this work that we do very seriously. I don't care who our audiences are. And I do have to give a shout out to the Washington Association of Black Journalists who are here tonight. I want to thank you all for being here and for recognizing me last year, with the organization. So I think want to close and just say to everyone that there was a movie done a few years ago about the Black press called Soldiers Without Swords. I always say that we have swords. In the past, it used to be our ink pens or our pencils and our notepads. I don't know what we're using today, but we've got swords, right? We are not lame duck writers. We have power in the tools that we use and in the words that we use. And so whatever we do, the other thing I was going to say, Mike, I was thinking that there are too many people out here who are cutting off news. They're not reading newspapers. They're not listening to news stations. They have cut it off. We've got to find a way to reach them and to make sure that they don't live in darkness, because that's what happens when they cut us off. So, in closing, keep up the good work, folks. Keep working hard. Keep making sure that the stories are being told. Keep making a difference in our community. Keep making a difference in the world. The world needs us. They need us. They may not know they need us, but we don't want them to find out what will happen if we're not here. Thank you very much.